Shada's here!
There's just like too many seats.
Yeah, like you get to pick. Most people just join me on the sofa. Does he? Yeah.
This works.
Is this how you're greeted everywhere with women screaming at you while you recline?
Yeah.
He's modest. Yeah, everywhere I go, actually, as soon as I recline, people cheer. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? Awesome. You guys are awake. It's more than I can say. I'm not awake at all. I'm very, very, very tired.
Were you out late last
That time change. I mean, a little bit, yeah. But also, just like my internal clock is just all over the place right now from
Oh
travel.
yeah, you've been bouncing around, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, with your band, your solo side. Very good.
Yes, sir.
I researched your band and I found out that on Monday you played a gig 3 minutes from my house.
My Camden?
Yeah. I live 2 roads away from that pub that you're in.
Monarch, that's great.
Yeah.
It's a cool pub. It's a really good, really good crowds, and it was a lot of fun. We played here last night. Thank you for everybody who came out to our show last night. Hope you had a good time. We definitely did. Yeah.
I mean, you seem to be able to do everything. If there's a skill in performance, you've done it.
A lot of things. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I guess.
Acting, voice acting, comedy, music, juggling.
Juggling?
Yeah, can you juggle?
I can't juggle.
That's the next thing.
That's the next one. I gotta learn that.
So that's it.
I can't juggle. Yeah.
Acting, comedy, music, juggling.
Yeah. Dancing isn't really. I'm not great at that either.
Oh really? Oh. Well, who was to teach Jeremy to dance today? Imagine that section. Just get the music on, guys. It doesn't bore me at all for anyone. Yeah. So is this your first time in Belgium?
This is my first time in Belgium. It's been great so far. Lovely people, great food, great beer. Belgium beer is awesome.
Oh yeah, it is strong though.
She's like, yes, our beer is awesome.
It is dangerous though. There's a reason you guys drink your beer by the glass, and I discovered that the hard way. Oh my god, how any of you are standing after a night out. Ridiculous.
They're just immune to it at this point. It's not even.
I came here this morning. There were people drinking at 9 o'clock. So yeah, fair enough. It's the weekend. Welcome to Belgium. Yeah, welcome to Belgium. Did you see any of the city last night?
Yeah, I went into the kind of like the old town, like at the city center, the kind of old town district. They have one of the big, really big cathedrals and church buildings and all like the little restaurants and really pretty. I love the architecture. I love super nice city. We just walked around, got dinner, and it's the best thing to do after a show. Just get food. Just get food. I love eating.
Oh yeah, that's all I talk about these days. It's every Q&A. Are you here tonight?
Yes.
Any restaurant recommendations, Sherry? I do this every time.
Like McDonald's, it's really good.
I'm pretty sure someone just said our house there. Yeah, we'll cook for you. He was never seen again. The food here is incredible. Have you been around Europe before?
A few times, yeah. I've been on a couple different occasions for varying amounts of time. I've probably been to London the most. Paris a couple times, Germany once, Scotland once, Ireland once. Just in the airport though, on the way over. Not really that special.
That's the thing when you do this sort of thing. Everyone goes, oh, you go to so many places, but you're like, yeah, I go to the hotel and then
a lot of times it's just like you're not really seeing the place. You're just seeing the airport, convention center, hotel. It's like, but those are great.
Yeah. So look at this beautiful architecture.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's
gorgeous.
It's brutalist at its best. So do you do a lot of conventions at night?
I do. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I don't do like probably like one a month or so. And it's fun because you get to meet fans. Obviously, everybody's always really awesome, and give back to your fan base a little bit. And you do. There's times like this one when you do get to travel, and I think you get to spend a little bit of time seeing the places. And when it's somewhere that you want to explore, I'll try and give myself a little bit of time to do that. I like Belgium. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Do you prefer traveling with a band than on your own?
It's just different, I think. I mean, sometimes, a lot of times when I'm going like a very just quick in and out con, maybe like stateside, I'll be there for like 2 days. Sometimes it's just easy just to kind of go by yourself to like con and fly home real quick because you have to be back for work basically Monday. But when we're doing like band touring and stuff, it's just a whole different thing because you're doing shows. So there's like a lot more you have to bring, you know, you gotta bring instruments and make sure that everything's like lined up correctly. But it's also fun because you have people that you go do stuff with and you're not just kind of wandering around all by your lonesome.
You get on that weird clock though when you're performing now, it's where your adrenaline spikes, so you're like, I can't sleep ever!
Yeah, and that's more or less I think why, like even like last night we were out, not super late, but like late because you do the show and you have that like adrenaline from the post-show, and so you like just have a lot of energy at night, and so you try to kind of not wear yourself out, but like at least stay up late enough to where you're actually tired and you just crash, which is what happens.
You're a young man, you've got years till it takes its toll. Years! And then you'll be withered. I hope not. These people would kill me if I ever... I could feel the tension when I did a non-compliment. Don't you give him abuse!
Speaking of these people, are we doing like Q&A with them, or they?
Yeah, we're gonna. Don't you guys worry. We will be opening up the floor, and we will do that very soon because, we know you have your questions. What my style is I do a little chat where I avoid the things they want to hear about, and then they go, "You better ask him about Adventure Time." We'll get there. I just like to get to know you a bit before we open it up. It's very casual on us so far. Very casual. But yeah, we should talk about your career because you've been working since like pretty much when you were born.
Yeah, I started when I was about 6 years old. Yeah, I started acting when I was about 6 years old.
I found out when I was doing my research, you were in Team America when you were.
I was, yeah. I played just a little French boy at the beginning of the film in Team America who like sings Jaka.
That genuinely blew my mind. Like, no way.
It is weird, like I'll forget like a lot of things I worked on, you go back to like your list of credits and you're like, oh yeah, I did that. And you don't think about it because when you go to like fan events, you have like your, maybe like Adventure Time with Voltron and like the 2 big things that people come to see you for, and then like occasionally you'll get that one random person that's like, can you sell this Team America poster? And you're like, oh god, yeah, I worked on that. And you're like, why are you having me? Oh,
how old were you? You must have been young.
I was probably about 8. Yeah, I was pretty little. I've still never seen the film because when I was 8, I recorded it, and my parents at the time were like, "You're not watching this movie," because I was 8 years old, and so I never got around to watching it later in life. So I've seen my scene. That's about it.
Out of context, it's quite old. It's a great film. You should check it out. Ask your parents. I think they'll let you know.
I think
you'll be alright. But yeah, you've worked on those, like obviously. The other thing that I didn't realise you were in is Lost as well.
Yep, also, that's another one of those that like occasionally I'll have someone come up and it's just like trying to get every Lost actor signature of all time.
Yeah, because they're hardcore fans.
Yeah, they're super hardcore. And that's always a treat. I love working on Lost. I only did 2 episodes. But they were like in 2 different seasons, so I got like, 2 kind of separate little paid vacations to Hawaii, pretty much, which is like best job ever.
Yeah.
So that was a blast. You get like 1 day of shooting each time, and you're there for like 4 days, where you just get paid to be there basically. So it's like the best job you could ever have.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
Oh no, I'm working in Hawaii. Whatever.
Yeah, like
But yeah, again, like you're still very young, and your CV is so big already. I like. I'm guessing it was was something you just naturally fell into, or was family into it? Or how did it all start?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of kids, when they start acting, a lot of times it's like their parents kind of like nudging them into it or whatever. You have that, like stage moms, such and such, that kind of stereotype. And it is real, it does happen a lot. I've seen plenty of those. But for me, it wasn't really that wasn't really the case. My older brother Zach actually just had a really big interest in filmmaking and acting. And we live in California, we lived in Los Angeles, and I guess he realized that's where that all happens at. And so he kind of asked my parents, he was like, hey, like I want to get into acting. And my parents were like, oh no. Like that's, it's an undertaking, it's a lot of work. And they're like, you don't know how to even go about doing that, because it's such there's no really rhyme or reason. And so they didn't want to crush his dreams, and they were like, all right, well, we'll try, I guess. And they just took him into a theatrical agent. And they had they got a meeting, they had a meeting with the agent, kind of talk and stuff. And they left, and they thought, my dad thought, I was probably going to like the end of it and stuff, but I tried, there's something else I could really do. And then on their way home, the agent had him take my brother to an audition, and he booked it the first thing he ever went out on. And he wasn't even signed to that agent at that point.
Oh, wow.
And so then he worked on it. It was, not that it matters, but it was Charlie's Angels 2.
I think it does matter.
I think it does matter too. Yeah. He played the young version of Chris McClever. He took everything. Fun fact. And then when I saw him do that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, you just go out on auditions and they just give you parts, and not the case. But then I, kind of I want to do it too. My parents were like, okay. So, our plans changed, and we've been doing it ever since. But when I first saw him do that and go out one thing and book it, I was like, oh, it's not that hard at all. And then you start actually getting into it, and you're like, never mind. You'll go out on over 100 auditions and maybe get one. Is much more close to reality, and it's a lot of work. I mean, I started super young, but I'm still, I've actively been able to work consistently over the years, which has been awesome. But even where I'm at, I've only been doing it I've been doing it for 15 years now? About 15 years now. And even where I'm at, I've been able to steadily work, which has been better and awesome, because you grow in the experience, you don't just get huge all of a sudden and become an arrogant jerk, basically. But it's a lot of work, it's a lot more than people assume. It's a long road.
Yeah, long road, long days, yeah.
A lot of no's until you finally get that one person who says yes, and then it's like...
Yeah, but even then, I mean, you guys know better than anyone. You never stop sort of grappling, and you never stop putting that slog in, because everything can just change like that.
In a second. And that's Adventure Time and Voltron. It's also funny because the shows that you'll work on at certain times, and you won't necessarily know what's going to come from it, how it's going to be received, or even if it's going to be big, and just kind of not even thinking much of it. The ones you generally don't even think much of are half the time end up being huge. And kind of coming out of nowhere, you just don't know what people are going to love and what they're not. So that's always a benefit of doing a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, we will talk about Adventure Time now, because that, like you say, that got huge fans. Your brother was in the pilot, wasn't he?
Yeah, my brother Zach, who's also in the band, he played Finn or Penn in the original pilot when it was just a short for Nickelodeon, and they didn't pick it up to series. They passed on it basically, and so then 3 years later, when Cartoon Network picked it up to series, I don't know where I have no idea what it airs on here, but it's Cartoon Network in the States, and they kind of make it. They just assumed that whoever did the original little voice for that small short, that his voice had probably changed or whatever, and so they just opened it up for auditions. And when I auditioned, my voice sounded just like his, because I was the same age that he was when he recorded it. I went back a couple times, I got the job, and nobody knew it was his younger brother until the first day of recording. They just thought they got extremely lucky with someone who sounded just like the original. And so I've been doing it ever since, and all 285 episodes, every video game, it's all is all me. I am Finn.
Because that's the interesting about voice work. You get a bit of you're a bit more anonymous because you're not on the screen all the time. But because of the fan base is so dedicated, you get recognised a lot.
Yeah, I think especially nowadays with social media and the internet, you look at someone in like 2 seconds. You know, I think that it's more so than you think. And I do live action work as well, but it's surprising how many people specifically recognize you out and about just for like Adventure Time or Voltron. So I think a lot of that's probably the social media because you can follow someone and you know what they look like. And so yeah, I'll get stopped. Not insane amounts, but like pretty often. Like if I'm not like out in public, like out in a restaurant or something, I'll have it usually is like the person that kind of gives you a weird look. And they kind of saunter
just see your phone slowly.
Yeah, and they're just kind of like, hey, are you the? And they kind of want you to answer what you are because they're not like 100% certain, but like they're 99. They're like, are you the guy from the thing? You do like the voice and and you're like, yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, I love your show. Please can I get a picture? And when they're saying please can I get a picture, their phone is already basically taking the picture.
They just want you to step. It just looks so weird, yeah. I guess as well, the back of that, and what make you do it, but do people just actually do the voice of Sue?
Oh, yeah. I don't like, that doesn't bother me. I mean, it's, if they like ask you like keep doing it, like that's a little weird. But they're like, oh my gosh, like that's awesome, like. And they'll usually be more like Shada, like, could you do the voice? And then I'm like, yeah, for sure. And I'll just do my good go-to, which is just mathematical. But yeah, that's the easy go-to.
I can feel it wave of excitement going there.
He just did the voice.
What a weird life you have.
So weird.
But yeah, do you enjoy voice work?
Oh, I love it, of course. I don't know how you could. It's a great gig. You record for like on any given like Adventure Time or Voltron episode. Record for about 2.5-3 hours maybe max. And there's more work that goes into it. It's definitely a very specific form of acting. But it's just fun and it's more relaxed than any other part of my. But I could show up on my PJs basically, and they're like, all right, whatever. And you have the script in front of you, you don't have to memorize anything, and you're just kind of working with people there. And you get to play really fun characters. That's also the benefit that I've had with both the very popular, like the 2 most popular things that I've done. They're both just really great characters, and so it's fun.
Oh, good. Do you prefer voice acting to screen acting, or do you like that they're very different and you get to do both?
I appreciate the differences, for sure. That's why I do enjoy doing both. I mean, live action is awesome because you're in wardrobe, you're doing the full thing, you're really there on set, you're always acting off of whoever's in the scene. You get to act it out, you get to do it like full on. There's a lot more overall work, but in some ways that can be like also like really rewarding. And it's just, I really enjoy doing live action. Being on the set and like actually seeing things and just kind of react. It's a lot of fun. And then they just have their differences. And voice acting can be more broad at times, which is also kind of fun. You can like take something to like the highest level. You get a lot of screaming, a lot of yells, which is fun. They're different, so I appreciate the differences. Just like with music, I like doing different things and kind of bouncing back and forth between all.
Not that you ever have to make this choice, but if someone says to you, you can be the greatest actor in the world or the greatest musician in the world, which do you have a preference?
I feel like I would probably say actor, just because I'm confident in my musical abilities. I've been doing it for a long time, but I feel like the other might be more achievable because I've met a lot of ridiculously talented musicians. I mean, and actors too, to be fair. Like that is probably outside my range, but. acting is I guess more possible for that because I just don't see myself being the best musician in the world. I don't see that happening.
Well, I'll meet you in 10 years and we'll see what happens. We'll see about that. I will open the floor in a second because there's so many of you. We want to get through as many questions as possible. So I think we had a nice chat. So let's put it over to these guys. There's a microphone in the crowd. So if you've got a question, put up your hand and we will get to you. First question's always, is there this one? Anyone? Yeah. Yes, straight up, right in the middle. There's a microphone. Yeah.
Hi. Could you sing your favorite Adventure Time song for us, please?
Oh, what?
Sing my favorite Adventure Time song?
Straight in there.
Right out the gate. Making me work for it. Alright. I'll do the Buff Baby song. It's which is not even Finn singing, but it's Baby Finn. So here we go, it's my Baby Finn voice. I'm a tough two-and baby, I can dance like a man. I can shake your butt, baby, I can shake your butt can. I'm a buff baby, I can punch on your buns. Punch on your buns, I can punch on your buns. If you're an evil witch, I will punch your butt.
I'm so glad you asked that question. That's great. Oh, do you get that question a lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually it's specific to that song that I just sang to. Usually it's just asking me to do that. So, but it's very similar, yeah. It's always a good one though. It usually takes someone a minute though. You're right out the gate. You're like, I know what I want.
I really enjoyed that as well. Me and my fiance, we sing so many songs from Adventure Time. We're not even going to get into it. Every time we have pancakes. Anyway, questions? Put your hands up. We've got one just here, and then we'll come to you, sir. So yeah. Got a mic to you side.
I already asked you on the table.
Oh, right.
We changed plans. A time ago, I asked you what Lance favorite song was, and you answered it was Spring Sexy Day. Could you maybe sing it with Lance voice? Or just sing it?
Sing a little bit of...
Just a bit more.
Sing a little bit of Sexy Back, but just...
I know we wanted Despacito, but you said you just... Despacito. So...
Okay, yeah. Oh, well, there's the cameras, yeah. They pulled my phone out, he's about to do it, guys. I gotta remember how it starts. Frick, I'm totally learning right now. How's the first verse of Sexy Back start? It's
You can only remember the chorus now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm bringing sexy back. Yep. The mother boys don't know how to act. Yep. I think it's special what's behind your back. Yep. That's all I'm gonna do for right now. JT, this can't go wrong with a little bit of JT. You're welcome.
As much as I've enjoyed this, you have the creepiest fans. I'm kidding, you're very lovely, very lovely. We had a question from Doctor Who over here.
I was wondering what is the weirdest thing you've ever recorded as Finn?
The weirdest thing I've ever recorded as Finn. That's hard. There's lots of them. I don't know. I think like I don't know if I ever get. I mean, like I'll get a few weird lines, but I think mostly the weird stuff is like happening around Finn in the show for the most part. So I don't think I've ever had to do anything like insanely ridiculous.
We could probably find out. I'm sure there's some catalogue fans in here.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing Finn's ever said? Come on, fans.
No. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't know if I can even think of that, but I definitely can think of what I think like the weirdest moment of the show was. If that'll suffice as an answer, which is there's an episode where like Finn like bonks his head and there's like this deer, and then he like wakes up like 6 months later and like everyone's gone, and he's like, what the heck, what's happening? And he kind of tracks down this deer, and then when he tracks it to like its lair, stands up on its hind legs, and you're like, and then he has like, he suddenly takes off his hooves, they're like hoof gloves, and he has these creepy little weird hands, and he has like almost this kind of like vampire, like, it's just weird. I hate that. There's something about a deer standing up on its hind legs and taking off its hooves to have like human hands, just creepy. I don't like that. That always, that didn't, I don't like that.
Do you watch them all?
I haven't seen every single one, but I have seen a lot of them. I was really on it for like the earlier, probably 4 or 5 seasons, and then I just didn't know when it was even airing, and I just traveled a lot, and so I just like kind of, I haven't seen everything after that point, but I've seen probably like the mini-series, I've seen the finale, we did like a finale screening event and stuff, and so I remember a good amount, like if someone brings up an episode, I'll remember for the most part.
Do you film them in episode blocks, or is it in episodes?
We'll do 1 episode a week. When we recorded, we would do just 1 episode a week. And it became, for the most, except for season 1, it was, after that it was all chronological, just in the order of the airs when we recorded them. So that makes it easier to track, obviously, than if you're just doing it out of order. But that's, yeah, so for the most part I remembered it. When we recorded, we had a script in front of us, but we also would have a little, not for Voltron, just for Legend Time, we would have a screen up in the corner of the studio. We had like a black and white storyboard pages that would flip through as you're recording. So you don't have animation, but you see like the panel by panel, just the drawing of kind of what's happening, which in a show like this, it's so weird and out there anyway, and it's kind of helpful to know what's actually going on. If you're just looking at the script, it makes no sense. Because it's just like, hey dude, next line, like, where did that even come from? So you would have to have the storyboard to kind of show you, oh, okay, this is kind of what's going on.
Nice. Questions, hands up, we will get to you. Got one over here, and yeah, one there, so we'll do that, and then we'll go over.
What can we expect for Lance in season 8 of Voltron?
We can expect some action.
I'm catching up.
Oh, yeah, you're good. We can expect him to kick some booty. Kick some gall-ridden booty, probably. We can expect some hardship. We can expect some roughness, man, some emotional ups and downs. And that's about all I can say. But that's from everyone, though. I mean, it's going to be an emotional. It's the final season, so it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. Bring some tissues. You might need them. You will need them if you're a crier. Bring some tissues.
Out of context, that statement. Yeah, we have mostly, yeah, and then we'll come, yeah, there, and then we'll come to you in the front, yeah.
Other than Finn, what's your favorite Adventure Time character?
Other than Finn, my favorite Adventure Time character is probably a two-way tie between Lumpy Space Princess and the Ice King. Yeah, two bears. I love Lumpy Space Princess. Just the voice is awesome. I'm a god fan. No, I'm kind of ring on fan. I just love that like Valley Girl kind of accent that Penn, the creator of the show, does for her. It's super funny. And then Tom Kenny plays the Ice King. He's just such a legend. Also, for those of you who don't know, Tom Kenny plays the Ice King, also plays SpongeBob. Among a bajillion other roles, he's what a legend. He actually, in Adventure Time, he plays the Ice King and Gunter, the penguin, so he does all the wanks, and then in SpongeBob, he plays SpongeBob and Gary. So in both shows, he does the master and the pet. And he'll have conversations with himself, like, Gunter, what are you doing? He talks to himself all the time.
Good impressions as well. We have this lady in front, yeah.
What's your favorite Lance moment?
My favorite Lance moment? I'm partial to his really cheesy pickup lines. Those are just my favorite to record, just because if I can make my castmates laugh in the recording, then I know I'm doing my job right. So I think definitely one of my favorite lines is the girl you already activated. dive bar. So yeah, there's a lot of good moments like that. Those are my favorite to record. Like I make people laugh. I'm always into that.
Do you guys record together?
For the most part, yes. We don't always have everyone there together because of scheduling, and a lot of people work on to do other shows, and like other live action shows and stuff. So we'll usually have like at least 3 or 4 of us there probably together. Not always the entire group, but when we started the show, at the beginning, our voice director, Andrea Romano, is one of the greats. She's a legend. She made sure to have the whole cast do the first, 5 episodes together with everybody there, because then we all got to know each other. You got to hear people's voices and kind of grow that chemistry and that camaraderie. And then you also know the tone of their characters and their personalities. So when even someone was in the booth, you know their voice and you know, okay, they'll probably do a line a little bit like this, and you kind of get that natural feel. And so I think with that, whenever you're having ensemble records, I think it always just sounds better. I think you really hear the finished product, especially for us because we record and then they animate to our voices, so you have that freedom to kind of be more off the cuff and natural sounding. So yeah, we usually have ensemble records. Adventure Time was the same way. We have as many people who could be there at the same time. We'd always have as many as we could, and so on both shows we had that, which is awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Any more questions? Yeah, we got someone here.
Hi. Hello. We saw a lot of traveling now.
Yeah.
Who is Rachel? Is Rachel Len's twin sister?
Wait, what?
To say Jacob.
Lance is a twin sister?
Yeah.
Does he?
I don't know.
Are you asking me if he has one? Oh, no. No, I don't think he has a twin sister. No, it's just a family member that probably looks a lot like him. Because he has Veronica, obviously, but she's, I think she's old. Yeah, she's older. Veronica's older than Lance, and then he has a lot of nieces and nephews and other siblings and cousins. He's a big family. But no, I don't think he has a twin. There is only one Lance. Truly. His last siblings, there's only one Lance. He doesn't have a twin. Veronica's close to being that, but she's still a little older than him. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. Questions? Hands up? Yes. And yes.
What's your favorite Voltron character except for Lance?
Besides Lance, my favorite Voltron character is probably Corinne. I love Corinne. I feel like he's an underrated character. I think he's just so funny. I mean, that's a lot of that has to do with. Because the writing is really funny for him, but also Reese Darby, who plays Corinne, is just the funniest guy in the whole world. He could just read a phone book, and I would laugh. He's just amazing.
Yeah, he's got that voice there.
Just that perfect voice.
Have you watched Hunt for the World People?
I haven't yet. I heard it's fantastic. He's just everything I've ever seen him do. Like Flight of the Conchords. He's just so funny. He's such a funny guy. And I've recorded with him a lot. And so I've got to know Reese pretty well. He's an awesome dude. He's super nice guy. And watching him in the booth, I think he probably has the most improv for the show out of anybody else. He probably has the most thrown in little lines, because a lot of his stuff too is like comedic too, so it's easier to actually just throw in little things. I think like the whole finger counting being like an art form and not a science and stuff, I'm pretty sure that was completely improvised, like that was just him on the spot, which is just, he's great, he's my favorite.
Oh, bless you.
It's gotta be right, lads! It's like mechanical barrier, right? Kinetic and mechanical, it's not the same thing, but it's similar, right? Yes.
Yeah, we got a question down the front.
I was wondering, you interact with so many characters, other characters as Finn. Which one was your favorite character to interact with?
Favorite character to interact with? That's hard. I mean, best friend, boy and his dog. It's just a great relationship in the show. And so I think that's always going to be probably one of the key reasons for that show's success. And that's why I think it's one of my favorites is that John that plays Jake is awesome. He's such a VO legend as well. And just that his voice, especially for that role, is just perfect. And so I think I love all those Finn and Jake moments. I think there's something classic about it. I think right behind that is there's a lot of good Finn and Ice King moments. They're just funny. It's like confrontational, but like fun to act off of because the Ice King is such a like I don't know. He's like a sympathetic character because he's like evil but not really. And he's just like his goals are just kind of ridiculous. That's what's just fun about him is he's like a sad old man almost, but he's very funny. So yeah.
Any more questions in the crowd? Yeah, we got. Oh wow, we'll try and bounce around as many as we can. We'll get it come this way, so we will get to all of yours, and then we'll probably have to shut it down.
Hi. It's me. I have a question because I think I understood that Lance was kind of based off of your own character, maybe. I know it's like a reboot of the old Voltron, but I feel like when I see your Instagram and such, I feel like you are based on Lance actually, or Lance is based on you. I would say like that.
I think the character is definitely because of me taking a different tone. I mean, it wasn't based on me. Definitely not. I know that it's definitely not based on me. But when I auditioned, they had brought me in specifically for Lance, and they knew my work from a good time. And they said, hey, the producers want to specifically bring you in because they think you'd be a really good fit for this role. And of course, you're like, awesome. That doesn't happen very often, so when it does, you're like, yes, I'm down for that. And then I auditioned from my home, and then I went in and met with producers. I actually auditioned for Lance and Keith when I met them in person, which is a fun exercise into maybe a similar voice, but two very different characters. And obviously, Keith is very different than Steven's, and I'm very glad that Steven got that role because he has such a good natural, just that intense voice with that gravity to it. And he's perfect for that role. Lance, I'm glad I got Lance because I think it's a much better fit. But it wasn't like based off of me. I started recording and I knew that he had like, I kind of got this feeling that he was like one of those, he's like a little bit flirty of a character. And that was in the writing too, but I think I even probably hit on that even more so than what was there. And then once I started doing it, I then we started writing it more towards me after the fact. But it wasn't like based on me to begin with. I think also, once the show got big and people started really loving that character, I've kind of leaned into Lance-ness in real life, or at least on social media, is just for fun. But yeah, like when I first started doing it, I was just like, I'm gonna basically act him like a kid who is trying to be Captain Kirk from Star Trek, basically. Like he sees himself as being this like, all right, bitch, here we go. Like he sees himself as that, even though he's definitely not. He's like trying to be cool and trying to be kind of flirty, but like fails miserably. So that's kind of how I started with him, and then he definitely evolved. But yeah, that kind of flirtiness and stuff I just ran with, and they kind of built off that as well. It's when you're doing a show like that, and it's the same with Finn too. It's such a weird kind of symbiotic relationship that the writing is there for the personality of the character, but then once you come in and voice it, it adds so many more levels, and then you're like, oh, okay, I didn't think of him. The creator's like, you wouldn't even think of the character in that way until someone comes in and does a read, and they're like, oh, like that's what we want, but there's also more there than even we thought of, and then they'll start building the character kind of off of that, and then back and forth. So it is a weird symbiotic relationship between the writing and then how you're acting as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. Next question. Yeah, and then we'll come around as I say.
Hi.
Yeah.
I really want to become a voice actor myself, but what does it take to be a voice actor?
It takes a lot. think first and foremost, the voice acting is like acting in any way, shape, or form, and it's just performing and interacting. So I would always say the best thing to start with is like kind of improv. Improv is really good because it allows you to think on your feet really quickly and kind of come up with different characters on the spot a little bit. So improv and theater, being able to kind of get used to, I guess, you know, just performing and kind of losing that inhibition of being self-conscious about doing something. Because a lot of times with voiceover with acting as well, there's stuff that you'd be like, oh, this is kind of goofy, like, it's like embarrassing to do, but then you just have to get over that and just go full force for it. Because, especially for me, I play characters that a lot of times the comedy is at my character's own expense, and you're doing like technically embarrassing things, but it's for the joke, it's for the show. And so once you get over that, you just gotta do it to its fullest extent and make it fun. And so building up that confidence from doing like improv and theater, I think is really, really helpful. Also with VO specifically, voiceover, a lot of times you'll get a script like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes before you record, and you just kind of have to like, you know, go for it like right away, not having a whole lot of prep time. So being used to just getting something on the spot, reading it really quickly, and then just doing a read very quickly, just off of just reading it, is a skill that is practice makes perfect. It's a learned skill. That's why I think Josh Keaton plays here always suggests this. Just like reading out loud a lot, just getting used to just reading a lot comfortably out loud, being very concise and clear is very helpful. But I think all of those things. I think once you kind of go through those ropes, the best way to get started, I guess, would be like on a local level. There's always radio stations and places that need commercials and so on and so forth. So you have to build up your reel, I guess, at that point. That would be my suggestion. You know, if you go for those and you still like doing it and you kind of get a good feel for it, then go for it, I guess. But if you start doing it and you're like, you're not like full on, then I would say not even to do it, because there's a lot to it, and it's a very small pool of people who do voiceovers. It's pretty hard to break into, even for me at times. So.
Yeah. Next question. Yeah.
So, with the fact that Adventure Time is over and that Virtual will be over soon, do you have any other big projects? Or
Yes. I am currently trying. Me and my brother Zach, who's also in the band with me actually, are currently trying to get our own animated series off the ground that we're trying to pitch. Pitch, CH, not pitch. But yeah, we're trying to get that off the ground. It's I mean, the tone of the show is kind of it's very like kind of Last Airbender style. So I mean, not too dissimilar from a Voltron type show, but it's not like space at all or anything like that. It's fun though. It's a cool kind of. I don't want to talk about it because I feel like the second you talk about it, then someone else gets an idea and then they make it before you do. But yeah, we're trying to get that off the ground. So that's what we've been actively working on. We have our whole show concept laid out. We actually just recently got back our first like rough drawings and artwork for the characters and kind of the world and stuff. It's looking really, really cool. So we're trying to do that right now. Obviously the band is keeping me pretty busy. We just got signed, and so we're shooting these videos for the singles. We're going to be going back into the studio probably next year to record another album. And then doing some touring next year possibly as well. And then on top of that, there's other things that are kind of in the pipeline acting-wise that I can't really talk about yet, but that will be happening soon. So yeah, I'm working on it.
So not very busy then.
No, not busy.
Next question. Well, and then we've got you all in our outline. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. I will get to you. Don't worry.
Hi. So two of the voice actors of Voltron already like redid a Vine, and I kind of wanted to ask you if you could do in your Lance voice, just be like, "Hey Keith, what are those?" Just yeah.
I can definitely do that. Are your phones out? Hey Keith, what are those? I didn't record. Oh, you didn't? Someone recorded it, so just have them airdrop it to you, guaranteed. There's a lot of cameras, I guarantee someone else.
Yeah, can someone airdrop to this lady, please? Airdrop to this lady.
Look at the Voltron fandom, just helping each other out.
Next question is here, and we're nearly done.
Hello. Well, last.
Is this an Altan Shiro cosplay, by the way? That's really cool, I like that.
Thank you. Last episode we saw Lance being reunited with his family.
Yes.
If Lance ever had to choose between being a paladin of Voltron or staying on Earth with his family, what would he choose?
That's hard. I think it depends on what the threat is and if he needs to be a paladin. I think if there's no immediate threat, I'd say he would probably stay on Earth. But if the threat ever arose, he would put down the comforts of being at home and go off and fight the good fight and be a paladin. He's a very loyal person in that. And he's a little bit selfish in the beginning of the show, but I think his arc really is a big one in the show. And I think you really see that loyalty and that selflessness that comes out later. So I think, if the threat is great enough, he'll put on the armor and go fight evil whenever it needs to be fought.
Thank you.
There we go. We had a few questions left. Where were they? So, we got a lady down here, a lady there, and then one there, and now we're going to have to stop it. So 1, 2, 3.
Hi. If you could choose any, hi. If you could choose any alien race, which would you choose?
Just like an alien race to be.
Yeah, except human.
I'll take it.
Really?
I mean, they live really long, they have really cool pointy ears, they can shapeshift, and they have great technology. So yeah, I'll say I'll take it.
It's a good choice.
There we go. Someone was down the middle. Yeah.
Hi. I think you get this a lot, but if you don't know what's happening in season 8, who do you want to get together in season 8, like in a relationship or something?
That's so good. I've never been asked that before. So I'm sorry, that's me being sarcastic. Of course I've been asked that before. A million times. That is the $1 million question, isn't it? Well, I'm not going to say anything because if I say like, oh, I want this to happen, then they'll be like, it's confirmed, this is confirmed, that's confirmed. So I can't really talk about it until the season comes out. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe he'll get with somebody, maybe he won't. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen.
But who do you like to get together?
I can't say that. I can't say that because even that would give too much away. So
He's a professional.
I'm a professional. I'll get in trouble. I'll get in such trouble, and that's not good because
Who would you like to see together?
Who would you like to see together?
Plans.
We had one more question down this way, and then we unfortunately are out of time.
We're sorry.
No, it's good. I can't blame her for trying. You gotta ask the question.
No. Oh. The fandom loves you. So, last question for me, but I have to ask, why is Lance so obsessed with the bullet? Obviously.
Why is Lance so obsessed with Keith's mullet? I think secretly Lance just annoyed because he can't grow one. Lance desperately wants to have a mullet, but he just can't grow one. It just doesn't grow that well. And his doesn't look good. So, that's not canon at all. But I think of it that way. It's like me. I can't really grow. I mean, I can grow a little bit of facial hair, but it's not very good. It grows in ridiculously slow. It's very splotchy. Then you'll see people like this guy. You can grow facial hair. Like this. Like there's people that have like Chris Hemsworth who plays like Thor. The perfect facial hair, just absolutely ridiculously perfect. So I'm jealous of that because I'll never grow it. So maybe that's why Lance is annoyed with the mullet. Maybe he just can't grow it.
Thank you.
Good old-fashioned jealousy to end on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. You are here for the rest of the day, though, aren't you?
I am here for the rest of the day, so
go see it.
come sitting at the table. If you want to get an autograph signed, feel free. We also have photo ops. Fun little photo ops. So if you got one of those, I will see you in the photo op. And then, yeah, lastly,